Y'all are in for a treat, okay? I don't know if you can tell. We're in a new environment. We're in our dome, okay? So low. Just you and me. Nobody else is here, okay? Y'all, today I am just going to be filming a quick 10-15 minute makeup video while I just give y'all a little update on my life, what's going on. Stay tuned. If you want to see how to beat your face, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm about to start posting more. I kind of needed to get into the rhythm of school first just to see how I was gonna fit this in with school and work and editing. We're gonna get it figured out and I'm gonna be posting. I am here in my dorm by myself, y'all, which feels like a testimony in itself. The fact that I have a dorm room by myself. Of course, I was supposed to have a roommate. I had a roommate to begin with, but I don't anymore. And baby, I'm ecstatic about it. I can't even lie to you. I'm gonna just start off with how things have been since coming here, right? Let me give y'all just a quick little debrief of the last couple months. I've been knowing God for about going on 2 years now, where I've been having a relationship with God for myself. Within these 2 years, it's been off and on. It hasn't been consistent, but when I am in God, I take it serious. I'd say around my birthday, so around June, I started to realize how far I was from God and I wanted to get back close to Him. So I did. But then I did this summer program for my school. I'm actually out of my brow pencil. I forgot that I was. I filled it in as much as I could just to give myself a little tail. So we're just gonna leave the eyebrows like this. Just as I was starting to get close to God, that program kind of set me back by me just falling into the crowd, not really prioritizing my relationship and just having fun with the people who were around. So when I got back home from the summer program, I got close to God, which was the most serious it felt. I was just tired of restarting, tired of certain cycles. And I was really serious about it. When I got home, I was in my Bible in prayer and just really leaning on God, saying, God, I'm tired of this and I need you. So when I came back to school for the actual fall, the people who I was hanging out with during the summer program, of course I saw again, and I was determined to not fall back into the habits that I did over the summer. But the first weekend back, I went to a party. I did good as far as not smoking or anything. I've never been a big stimulant person. Smoking, drinking, all that stuff, that's never been a problem for me. It's not something I even do in my free time. I'll socially drink or I would socially smoke, but it was never something I did by myself. So I turned down smoking because I know that's not, God doesn't call us to smoke, but I did drink. I didn't get drunk because I know we're not supposed to get drunk, but I was drinking. But I always end up cussing whenever I'm around certain crowds. And that was my main thing, was that I wasn't being the person that I wanted to be around these crowds. It just wasn't who I wanted to be, how I wanted to act. So I knew after that first party, I don't need to do this anymore. Not that I don't need to have fun, I just don't need to be partying and I don't need to be hanging around people who are going to be excessively cussing and trying to get me to do certain behaviors that I shouldn't be doing or shouldn't be around. But them flyers came out the following weekend and there I was at the party the next weekend. Now, I knew I shouldn't have been there. God, He convicted me about it, but I was ignoring it. I wanted it to just be me overthinking it so bad. I felt it that I wasn't supposed to go, but I was just like, no, this, it's nothing. Like, I'm not gonna smoke, I'm not gonna cuss. I'm fine, I'm gonna be fine. That's what I'm telling myself, right? Do not be disobedient. When God is telling you to do something, when you just know you don't need to be doing something, don't do it. Because y'all, I had a terrible time. A lot of things happened that night. I felt like it was God saying, see, I told you not to go. Nothing crazy happened, nothing catastrophic happened, but it was just that sense of I shouldn't have gone. I would have just been better staying, doing something else, I ended up breaking my keychain, and because that was broken later on in the week, I lost my keys, which were gonna be $100 to replace. So after that party, I was done with everything that happened that night. I was like, okay, God, I deserve this. I knew I shouldn't have gone, but I did. And this is my punishment. I thought I was gonna have to pay $100 for a replacement key, but thank God I did not have to. Somebody ended up finding my key and returning it. That was the second weekend of college, and ever since then, I have been back in my good graces with God, back in my prayer, back in my Bible, really seeking Him, really giving my life to Him. And I feel like I say this every time I give my life back to God, but this time it just feels the best time. Every time I improve, I'll just put it like that. I always go harder. I always seek more, do more than I did the last time. I mature more. Before I left for college, I filmed a video. It was a makeup get ready with me. In that video, I was talking about how I was nervous to leave my isolation season, being that I was starting school and I knew I was going to be around people 24/7, including a roommate. And I was just a little nervous about it because I'm used to being by myself. I was just talking about how I was comfortable. I'd been in an isolation season for a while, and I felt like I was just starting to get out of it because college was starting. The things that I was worried about in that video, all good, all fine, nothing to be worried about. So, glory be to God. All of that saying that in my original Get Ready With Me that I posted before I actually came here, I won't say that I'm in an isolation season still. I feel like isolation seasons are really aimed and targeted at isolation. God is seriously calling you to yourself. It doesn't feel like that. I do still spend most of my time alone, but I'm still around people. And I have a lot more people reaching out to me, a lot more people who I still talk to. So I will say I do feel like I'm out of an isolation season, but I am not in that place where God is blessing me with the people He wants in my life yet. I don't feel that yet. For my concealer, I use the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth. This is actually a foundation, but it's light enough to be a concealer for me now, and it just wakes my face up instead of giving me that harsh concealer line. So that has been my college experience so far. Now, having a room to myself, right? I initially had a roommate and everything was fine, but I started getting super into God, reading my Bible, taking God seriously. And I feel like before God can give you more, He has to test what you've already learned. So here I am in God, abiding in Him, seeking His heart, really learning, really leaning on Him, praising Him, worshiping Him, praying to Him every single day. And this is just my opinion. I feel like I was being tested about my anger, and I feel like I passed. I prayed through it. I held myself in. I was not nasty. I was not rude. I think I can say I handled mostly in a way that God would have wanted me to handle it. And so I feel like I'm thinking that now I have this whole room to myself. I get to wake up early. I get to pray. I get to put my worship music on. This is what I've always wanted. I've always wanted a space to myself where I can really do as I please. And that's exactly what this is. And it honestly feels like God saying, good job. That's what it feels like. Maybe I'm, thinking too deeply, but that's really what this feels like. And I've proven that, yes, God, I am actually learning, taking the lessons that I read and applying it to my life. And it feels really good to be able to say I was able to do something through the strength of God. Yeah, that's my current situation right now. God did this thing. I think this was last week. He has shown me that you seek Him, not His provision. When I pray and I'm talking to Him, I'm not praying and talking to Him for something. I'm not solely praying to God so He can bless me with this career that I want, or bless me with a car, or bless me with friends, or whatever you want. I'm doing it because He is worthy. If God never did another thing for me, He would still be worthy to be praised. And I'm praising Him for who He is and not what He can do for me. I realize that His character, His nature is a provider, right? So when you go to Him and praise Him just because He deserves it, His character as a provider provides you everything that you need. Seek God for His character, and because His nature is a provider, because He cares about you and that He wants you to be taken care of, everything else will be added. Seek first Him and everything else will be added. Don't seek what you think you need through Him. Just seek Him and He will just provide what you actually need. I've always been in this state where I felt like I knew what I needed, so I prayed for that. No, I need this job and then everything will be okay. No, I need this to happen and everything will be okay. And when I realized I don't know, and I just started saying, God, you know what I need, let your will be done. That's when things started making sense. That's when I started finding joy in everything, because I knew I don't know what I need, but you do, so I'm gonna rest in you. If that makes sense, y'all. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of rushing. I think I'm gonna do a video on tips on how to stay close to God in college, because y'all, when you hear about this party that's going on, or when it's a Saturday night, you're not doing what everybody else is, and you don't quite have that community yet, it can be discouraging. Trust me. Even the toughest of us who really love God, who aren't party people at heart, it still is tough. My best advice that I can just say right now, I sit there and I think, who am I? If I had my wildest dreams, if God blessed me with everything I truly, deeply desire, would I be going out? And the answer for me is no, because I want a family. In my wildest dreams, I would not be going out. The only reason I feel like I'm missing out by not going out is because I'm surrounded by a whole bunch of people who are doing that. But if I'm being realistic, if I had my family right now, my man, if I had my kids, if I had my career, if I had all these things that I truly desire, baby, I wouldn't be thinking about a go out. You know what I'm saying? Don't for a second think that you have to go out to have fun in college, or that you're missing out. You're not missing out. You are chasing after things way greater. But I will also say, do not just sit around though. Have fun with my God. You do what you like. I love content creation. I will go out and edit. I love talking to God. I will go out and read Bible stories and journal on it. I will go out and watch my favorite Christian YouTubers at a restaurant or at a park. I love the beach and I live right by the beach. Going to the beach or where the water is and just sitting there listening to some praise music. Be true to who you are. Don't just sit around. Don't sit around. Do not sit around. But don't succumb to what everybody else is doing just out of boredom or because you don't want to miss out. I don't think going out is bad. I think it's about who you're with. Because please trust and believe, once I get my you know, friends in Christ, we will be going out. And by going out, I mean we will be doing things. We will be outside. When I have my family, we will be outside. We will be having fun. We won't be sitting in the house. It's not like to be a Christian means you gotta sit in the house. But I'm just careful about who I keep company around. I make sure I notice what behaviors are brought out of me by being in certain environments, and I ignore that if I need to. And then, of course, pray to God. Go to God about every emotion and be vulnerable. If you were saying, God, I'm kind of bored with this lifestyle right now, be honest. You can't hurt his feelings, and he already knows that. He knew you were gonna feel like that before you knew. So don't hide nothing. Yeah, this video was a little all over the place, but God has just been doing things and it's exciting me. So this is the finished look for you guys. This was quick and simple. I really only put on a concealer, some bronzer, and some blush, and then I did my mascara. Basically everything but contour and foundation, but just a really light application of it. So I hope this video wasn't all over the place for you guys. I hope y'all could kind of understand the gist of everything that's going on. Be on the lookout for some more videos because I have some more things cooking up that I'm excited for you guys to see. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, comment down any tips you have for college students who are trying to stay consistent, but it's just a little hard. It's just a little hard. And like I said, I will be making a video on that. So comment below if you want to see that, actually. Yeah. Thank y'all for watching. Bye.